Yo, how's it going, everybody? So I actually beat Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth a few weeks ago and I wanted to make a video on it, but I'm conflicted. I don't really know what to think about the game yet, so I'm gonna take some time and really get to the bottom of what I think about Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. But not just me. I think the video is probably going to include some of my friends as well and some of their opinions and thoughts. So be on the lookout for that video because I think it's going to be pretty sick. Now, if you like the content I'm creating and you like the videos I'm putting out, then please like and subscribe. It would help me a lot and it would help the channel a lot. But let's get into the real meat of this video, and that's talking about the Knights of the Round summon. With the Japanese version of the Ultimania releasing a couple weeks ago, we have Twitter user Audrey who translated one of the sections from the Ultimania saying, Hamaguchi says there are still 4 summons from the OG that have not been included in this FF7 Remake project yet, and he knows everyone is waiting for Knights of the Round. He hopes he can create something that can live up to the expectation for that one particular summon. Now, I think they did a really good job with the summons in Rebirth, although fighting them in the combat simulator was not the way I'd want to obtain them. I was hoping for something more out in the field, open field type of thing where you can find them and then beat them and then win them and they turn into materia, but hey, I'm okay with the way they did it. Now, as far as Knights of the Round, I'm hoping that in part 3 we get something really cool, something really unique with Knights of the Round. Now, in the OG, Knights of the Round didn't have much lore to it. It was a summon you got from this cave that was hidden far away, and to get to that cave you had to use a golden chocobo. To get that golden chocobo, you had to breed chocobo. It was like a mini game, but that was fine. You know, a lot of people are saying that, hey, we should expand on that and we should have lore that tells us, that ties the Knights of the Round in to the overall arching story of Final Fantasy Remake. And I think that's cool. I feel like they did that with a lot of the summons, and that's fine. But the scale of Knights of the Round, the type of summon it is in the OG FF7 game, it was one of the summons with the longest cutscene, and it is the strongest summon. And it doesn't really have an explanation as to why it was the strongest summon, it just was. It'll be interesting to see Square Enix capitalize on the summon and use it for lore purposes. I know they did something similar with Gilgamesh, and they used the proto-relic materia to kind of lead players into the Gilgamesh quest and introduce him as a summon, which is really cool, and a little tidbit of story here and there was really awesome. But I don't know if they're going to do the same for Knights of the Round. Knights of the Round might have a bigger play in the overarching story of Final Fantasy VII Remake. But one thing I really want to know is, how are they going to do the gameplay? One thing I'm really interested in is seeing if the gameplay for Knights of the Round is going to be the same as all the other summons thus far, because you know, it's 12 knights and they each get to do their own moves in the OG, and that's what made the OG cutscene so long. You could go grab some popcorn, you could take a shower, you could go water your plants, and you could still come back and you'd be in the cutscene where the knights are attacking the enemy. It was ridiculous, but it was what it was, and it made the game so much more interesting. I feel like what they should do is take Knights of the Round and make it into a materia that not only boosts the character that has equipped power, but also gives them a change in moveset. And what I mean by that is, I feel like when the character summons Knights of the Round, whether it's Cloud, Tifa, whoever, I feel like the character's movesets could change, similar to like how a Devil Trigger works in Devil May Cry, but instead it would work similar to the Armitage that Prince Noctis uses in Final Fantasy 15, where his normal attacks, his jump attacks, and all the combination between change because he's in a elevated state. I mean, we could do the same for the characters in Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3, where instead of having all 12 knights on the field at the same time, the character rather borrows their powers as they're fighting the enemy, and there's a time limit to how long the character can use that said power. And at the end of the time limit, you know, the super special cinematic happens, and you know, we don't have to have it as long as Final Fantasy VII OG did, but maybe cut it short. So yeah, that's my take on Knights of the Round. I think it should be like an interactive materia where once you summon the knights lend you their power, but they're somewhat like stands, or they help you out and they're kind of in a ghost form. And I guess that would kind of go with like whatever lore reason, or maybe, you know, they're coming out of the live stream to help you out. So yeah, that's my thought. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you agree. Let me know if you don't agree. It'll be interesting, and from a conversation standpoint, to hear what you guys think. And yeah, I will catch you guys later. Peace.